Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. This time we're taking a look at a holiday classic, a Charlie Brown Christmas.
It's amazing how such a simple cartoon can pack such a punch, you know? We're talking about holiday commercialism, faith, even existentialism.
Right, and all in under 25 minutes.
It's really incredible how this special manages to be both heartwarming and thought-provoking at the same time.
Exactly. It starts off with those classic scenes of kids ice skating and that unforgettable Vince Guaraldi music. You instantly feel that cozy holiday vibe. But then Charlie Brown hits us with his feelings of holiday depression, and it's so relatable.
Absolutely. Charlie Brown's struggle to find the genuine holiday spirit amidst all the hype is something I think we can all identify with.
It's like he's surrounded by holiday cheer, but he just can't seem to grasp it. And honestly, I think a lot of us have felt that way too. And then there's Lucy with her psychiatrist booth offering advice for a nickel.
Ha ha ha, yeah.
She diagnoses Charlie Brown with pantophobia, the fear of everything.
Now that's a classic Lucy moment.
Played for laughs, of course. But it also makes you wonder if maybe Lucy has some insightful observations after all.
You know, she really is a fascinating character. She embodies that cynicism and focus on outward appearances that directly contrasts with Charlie Brown's search for meaning.
Yeah, she's all about what you should be doing and how you should be feeling during the holidays,
Yeah.
while Charlie Brown is trying to figure out what it all really means to him. And then you have Snoopy, who's completely obsessed with winning that neighborhood decorating contest.
Oh, yeah, Snoopy goes all out.
He's got lights, music, and even a doghouse that looks like a winter wonderland.
He's the embodiment of that commercialization that Charlie Brown's pushing back against.
Right. Snoopy's all about the prize money and the external validation, while Charlie Brown is looking for something deeper. And let's not forget Sally's letter to Santa.
Oh, yeah, what about that?
She just straight up asks for money. No toys, no gifts, just cold hard cash.
Even back then, they were satirizing those commercial impulses.
Absolutely. It's pretty amazing how forward-thinking a Charlie Brown Christmas was for its time. It wasn't afraid to criticize the commercialization of the holidays, something that's even more relevant today, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just the subtle digs at consumerism. Remember the whole debate about the aluminum Christmas tree? Lucy wants a pink one because it's stylish. It's like a commentary on our own obsession with trends and the latest gadgets.
It's so true. We get so caught up in what's trendy and flashy that we sometimes miss the simple joys. And that's what Charlie Brown is drawn to, that little sad tree that everyone else dismisses.
That tree is such a powerful symbol. It represents authenticity in a world of artificiality.
Exactly. And it's a turning point in the story. Charlie Brown chooses that tree, and in doing so, he rejects the superficial and embraces something real, something with meaning. And then we have the play rehearsals, which are just pure chaos.
Oh man, those rehearsals are a mess.
Everyone's worried about the dancing, the costumes, all the superficial stuff, except for Charlie Brown, who's still searching for that deeper meaning.
That tension between superficiality and genuineness is at the heart of the special.
It's like the play itself becomes a microcosm of the holiday season, with all its pressures and distractions.
Right.
And it makes you wonder if maybe we all get so caught up in the show that we forget the real point of the holidays.
It's definitely a question the special asks us to consider.
And then there's that incredibly powerful moment when Linus recites the Christmas story from the Bible.
That scene always gives me chills.
It's so unexpected in a cartoon, but it just works.
It's a testament to the show's willingness to engage with themes of faith and spirituality.
And it was a bold move for a children's special, especially back in the 1960s.
Oh, absolutely. It sparked controversy at the time. But it also contributed to the special's lasting impact.
It's a scene that stays with you long after the special is over. It reminds you of the true meaning of Christmas. And it's a reminder that even in a cartoon, you can find moments of profound beauty and depth.
You know what's interesting about that scene? It's that even if you're not religious, there's still something powerful about that moment.
I totally agree. It's like the whole special takes a breath and focuses on something truly meaningful. And then, of course, we have that iconic transformation scene.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Brown's little tree, the one everyone dismissed. It becomes this beautiful symbol of the holiday spirit.
It's not just about the physical transformation, though, is it? It's about the community coming together to support Charlie Brown's vision.
Exactly. They finally see the beauty in something simple and authentic.
Something that represents the true meaning of Christmas.
It's such a heartwarming moment. And it reminds us that sometimes the most meaningful things aren't the flashy or expensive ones. It's the ones that come from the heart. And speaking of heartwarming, we can't forget about that amazing ending song, Hark, the Herald Angels sing.
Oh, that song gets me every time.
It's the perfect ending to a perfect story. It brings a sense of peace and hope after all the chaos. But you know what's really fascinating to me?
What's that?
It's the behind-the-scenes story of how this special came to be. Can you imagine a world without a Charlie Brown Christmas?
It's hard to even think about.
I know. But believe it or not, the network wasn't initially thrilled with the idea.
Really?
Yeah. They thought the slow pace, the jazz music, the focus on faith,
Yeah.
they didn't think it would resonate with audiences.
You wanted something more traditional, I guess, more upbeat.
Seriously. They wanted Jingle Bells and Santa over Charlie Brown's existential crisis.
Wow.
It's wild.
Talk about missing the mark.
I know, right?
But thankfully, Charles Schulz, the creator of the Peanuts comic strip, was adamant about staying true to his vision.
He really fought for this special.
He did. And he had a director, Bill Melendez, who shared his passion for the project.
So they basically went against the grain and created this masterpiece that defied all expectations.
Exactly. It's a true testament to their artistic integrity and their belief in the story they were telling.
They weren't afraid to take risks.
And it paid off big time.
That's incredible. It makes you appreciate the special even more, knowing they had to fight for it. But how did they actually pull it off? Wasn't animation pretty expensive back then?
It was. And they had a very tight budget. To save money, they used simple animation techniques, and they even incorporated the voices of actual children.
Wait, those are real kids' voices. I always assumed they were adult voice actors.
Nope, those are real kids. Melendez wanted that authentic, unpolished sound, and it adds so much to the special's charm.
That's amazing. And speaking of charm, we have to talk about the music. Vince Guaraldi's score is iconic. Those tunes are instantly recognizable and evoke such strong emotions.
It's true. Guaraldi's music is as much a part of the special's identity as Charlie Brown himself. It perfectly captures that blend of melancholy and hopefulness that makes a Charlie Brown Christmas so special.
And the music is so unique. That jazzy, almost melancholic sound wasn't typical for a children's Christmas special, was it?
Not at all. And what's even more interesting is that Guaraldi wasn't initially interested in the project.
Really?
He thought a Christmas special for children would be too commercial.
Wow. Talk about irony.
I know, right?
So how did they convince him to come on board?
Well, Schulz convinced him to give it a try, and Guaraldi ended up falling in love with the story. And thank goodness he did. I can't imagine the special without his music.
It's like the perfect marriage of animation and music. And it's so interesting how both Schulz and Guaraldi were initially hesitant about the project, but then they created this timeless classic together.
It really is a testament to the power of collaboration and creative vision. And it reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected combinations can yield the most extraordinary results.
Okay, so we've talked about the deeper meaning, the production challenges, and the unforgettable music. But what about the animation style itself? It's so simple, yet it works so well.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, they had a limited budget, which forced them to be creative. But I think that simplicity is actually one of the special strengths. It allows the characters' emotions and the story's message to shine through.
That's so true. The focus is on the characters and their inner lives, not on flashy visuals or fancy effects.
Exactly. And the animators did a fantastic job of capturing the essence of Schultz's characters, their expressions, their movements. It's all so perfectly in line with their personalities.
I love how you can always tell what Charlie Brown is feeling just by the way he slouches.
Yeah.
Or how Lucy always has that bossy expression on her face. It's those little details that make the characters so relatable.
And of course, we can't forget Snoopy's iconic dance moves. He always brings a smile to my face.
Oh, yeah. Snoopy is the comic relief we all need, especially during the holiday season. He reminds us not to take things too seriously.
That balance between humor and heart is what makes A Charlie Brown Christmas so brilliant. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's thought-provoking. It's a true masterpiece of animation and storytelling. But what really stands out to me is the special's enduring legacy. It's become a cultural touchstone, referenced in everything from other TV shows and movies to academic papers. It's like it's woven into the fabric of our culture.
It's true. It's more than just a Christmas tradition. It's a shared cultural experience. We all know the characters, the music, the lines.
Exactly. And it's not just nostalgia. The special's themes that search for meaning, the critique of commercialism, the importance of sincerity. These are timeless issues that are arguably even more relevant today than they were in the 1960s.
You know what's amazing to me? It's how this cartoon that premiered over 50 years ago still feels so relevant. Charlie Brown's struggle to find meaning amidst the holiday hype. It's something we all face today in a world that's even more commercialized and chaotic.
It's true. That yearning for authenticity and connection, it's something that resonates with people of all ages and backgrounds. A Charlie Brown Christmas speaks to those universal human needs. And it's inspiring to see how it continues to influence artists and creators. Think about all the tributes, parodies, and even stage adaptations over the years.
It's proof that A Charlie Brown Christmas isn't just entertainment. It sparked conversations about consumerism, about faith, about what the holidays really mean. And let's be honest, it's given us some of the most quotable lines in TV history. Yes, I got a rock. Yeah, anyone?
Classic Charlie Brown. But beyond the humor, the special has left a lasting impact on animation itself. It proved that cartoons could be more than just lighthearted fluff. They could tackle serious themes and still resonate with a wide audience.
It really broke the mold, paving the way for other animated specials that weren't afraid to explore complex emotions and ideas.
A Charlie Brown Christmas set a new standard for storytelling. It reminds us to look beyond the superficial, to appreciate the simple things, and to strive for something more meaningful than just the material.
Well, I think we've officially done a deep dive into A Charlie Brown Christmas. From Charlie Brown's existential crisis to Linus's speech about the true meaning of Christmas. We've covered a lot.
And yet we've only scratched the surface. This seemingly simple special has so much depth and resonance. It's a work of art that reveals new layers of meaning with each viewing.
It reminds us that even in the most familiar stories, there's always something new to discover. Something that can inspire us, move us, and make us think.
Exactly. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the biggest takeaway from A Charlie Brown Christmas is this. The true spirit of the holidays and of life itself lies in those genuine connections we forge, in the simple acts of kindness, and in the pursuit of what truly matters.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we want to thank you, our incredible listeners, for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring A Charlie Brown Christmas with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
It's true. That yearning for authenticity and connection, it's something that resonates with people of all ages and backgrounds. A Charlie Brown Christmas speaks to those universal human needs. And it's inspiring to see how it continues to influence artists and creators. Think about all the tributes, parodies, and even stage adaptations over the years.
It's proof that A Charlie Brown Christmas isn't just entertainment. It sparked conversations about consumerism, about faith, about what the holidays really mean. And let's be honest, it's given us some of the most quotable lines in TV history. I gotta rock anyone.
Classic Charlie Brown. But beyond the humor, the special has left a lasting impact on animation itself. It proved that cartoons could be more than just lighthearted fluff. They could tackle serious themes and still resonate with a wide audience.
It really broke the mold, paving the way for other animated specials that were afraid to explore complex emotions and ideas.
A Charlie Brown Christmas set a new standard for storytelling. It reminds us to look beyond the superficial, to appreciate the simple things, and to strive for something more meaningful than just the material.
Well, I think we've officially done a deep dive into A Charlie Brown Christmas. From Charlie Brown's existential crisis to Linus's speech about the true meaning of Christmas. We've covered a lot.
And yet we've only scratched the surface. This seemingly simple special has so much depth and resonance. It's a work of art that reveals new layers of meaning with each viewing.
It reminds us that even in the most familiar stories, there's always something new to discover, something that can inspire us, move us, and make us think.
Exactly. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the biggest takeaway from A Charlie Brown Christmas is this. The true spirit of the holidays and of life itself lies in those genuine connections we forge, in the simple acts of kindness, and in the pursuit of what truly matters.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we want to thank you, our incredible listeners, for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring A Charlie Brown Christmas with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. And you know what else is really cool? It's how the special handles the religious aspect of Christmas. Linus reciting the Christmas story from the Gospel of Luke. That's a pretty bold move for a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, it's not something you typically see in a holiday special.
Right, but it adds so much depth and meaning to the story.
And it speaks to that yearning for something more than just presents and decorations.
Exactly. It reminds us that Christmas is about more than just the material stuff.
It's about faith, hope, and love.
And A Charlie Brown Christmas doesn't shy away from those themes. It embraces them.
And that's what makes it so timeless. It's a story that speaks to the human heart, regardless of your religious beliefs.
I couldn't agree more. And you know, one of the things that always strikes me about A Charlie Brown Christmas is how it manages to capture that feeling of childhood wonder. That sense of excitement and anticipation that we all felt as kids during the holidays,
Oh, absolutely. It takes you right back to those simpler times.
when the world felt full of magic and possibilities.
And it reminds us that even as adults, we can still hold on to that childlike spirit,
That sense of awe and wonder.
especially during the holiday season.
It's a time to reconnect with our inner child and to remember what truly matters.
You know, I think that's a beautiful way to put it.
And I think that's ultimately what a Charlie Brown Christmas is all about. It's about rediscovering the true meaning of Christmas and about finding joy and connection amidst the chaos of the holiday season.
It's a reminder to slow down, to appreciate the simple things, and to focus on what really matters.
Family, friends, and the spirit of giving.
Exactly.
And on that note, I think we've officially reached the end of our deep dive into A Charlie Brown Christmas.
It's been a pleasure exploring this timeless classic with you.
We hope you enjoyed the journey and that you learned something new along the way.
And if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep